First strategy that we're going to discuss is called penetration pricing. And basically what that means is it means that you're underpricing the market prices. So if a certain project usually costs $1,000, you're going to price it at $800. And because you're cheaper, a lot of clients would want to work with you. Now, the goal of this strategy is to help you generate portfolio and testimonials. It helps you to penetrate into a new market. So it doesn't matter if you have 10 years of experience, if you're now moving into a new niche and you don't have a portfolio and you don't have testimonials that are going to help you sell more projects, you might choose a penetration strategy just to get the ball rolling and penetrate into that market. Now, this strategy is basically what a lot of, I would even say most designers and creatives are doing without actually thinking about this, just because they're trying to get more clients by being cheaper. But what you need to understand is this is not a long-term strategy. Okay, this is just a strategy to penetrate the market, to get those initial testimonials and portfolio, and then move out into a different pricing strategy. And this is where a lot of people get it right. They feel stuck because they don't understand that this is not a long-term strategy. Actually, if you're staying too long here, you're just going to be branded as a cheap service provider, and that's not what you want. You want to use this for your advantage. So basically, how do you do this? You get started by doing the research that we talked about earlier, understanding what the market price is, and then pricing lower than that. Now, when you do that, you're actually going to communicate to your client the reason that you are cheap. You're going to tell them, look, you're right now getting a discount because I'm new in this market. So, and that basically does two things. First, it communicates that the value of the actual work, you know that it's higher than this, and you kind of anchor to it, okay? You tell them, look, this is worth much more. And it also takes you out of the position of being a cheap vendor, because you're not going to do this for long. I'm just doing this deliberately right now, and you're enjoying a discount, okay? This third thing that you need to do is you need to set a clear end mark for this strategy. And this should be something around once you have 3 or 4 pieces of relevant portfolio and testimonials, you can move out of this strategy and stop doing this. And again, because you communicate to your clients that you got lucky because you got to work with me while I'm still in the penetration mode, while I'm new in this market, you got to benefit. But do not expect that if we work again, or if you refer somebody else to me, they're going to get the same price that you got. Okay, and this is how you're not positioning yourself as a cheap vendor for the long term. Now, remember, you might be losing money on this, because as we said, maybe you need $2,000 to break even on this project, and now you're only charging $800. So when you're using this strategy for the short term, not for the long term, you need to plan for this, and you need to understand that you might not be profitable in the short term, but use this strategy when you're new in a certain niche or a market, and use it to your advantage.